Say the words corporate video and you'll probably send someone to sleep. But the good news is, we've got some ideas to help you. Here we take an exclusive look at 5 of our best corporate video examples of all time, proving that corporate video can be just as exciting as any content out there. These are our top 5 best corporate videos of all time.
東京は忙しくてエキサイティングな街だと思います。人が集まってきます。
One of the keys to making a great corporate video, especially when you're on a budget and a deadline, is using what you've got to your advantage. So when we were sent to Tokyo to shoot a corporate video about a leading manga artist, it was obvious that Tokyo itself, with its neon-lit streets, would play a starring role. But the filming location we had for the interview was, well, not quite as impressive. So we used neon lighting to bring the outside in. Capturing the atmosphere of a city as futuristic as Tokyo in less than 3 days is no easy task. So we loaded up on sushi and spent every night filming Tokyo's cyberpunk cityscapes, with twisting camera moves, high-octane hyperlapses, and otherworldly effects. The result? A super slick corporate video that looks every bit as cool as the city itself.
Four million households switch electricity each year in Great Britain. The MRA is the entity that you've never heard of that sits behind that.
High-impact visuals aren't the only way to keep your audience engaged. And you certainly don't need to have the budget to travel to Tokyo. Not when you have a compelling human story sitting right in front of you, as our next example shows. Scratch the surface, and you'll find that every business has an incredible story to tell. But bringing it to life is not always easy, especially when you're creating a corporate video about the complex world of energy switching. Think of most energy videos and you'll probably think of this and this. Instead, we swapped cheesy stock footage of wind farms and solar panels for high-tech London cityscapes and translated complicated and exhausting jargon into a story that wouldn't look out of place on Netflix.
The aerospace industry, if it runs on anything, it runs on a clock.
Sometimes, you just can't beat sheer scale. Take the largest building in the world, for instance. Add dozens of aircraft with over 2 million moving parts and set yourself the challenge of filming it all in just 2 days. This is what we had to work with when we were asked to film a corporate video at Boeing's flagship factory in Seattle. A building so large, in fact, that cloud layers form inside. Watching the video, you'd be forgiven to think that it was filmed using complex camera cranes and robotic arms. In fact, it was all captured from the back seat of a golf buggy, which made us feel much cooler than it probably should have. Add to this one of the most epic and powerfully framed interviews we have ever shot, and it's easy to see why this film makes our top 5 corporate videos of all time. The best examples of corporate videos are always those which inject some creativity. This was certainly the case with our corporate video to help launch a brand new partnership at the British Museum. The challenge? Create a corporate video entirely from still photos. The problem? We could only begin filming when the museum was closed. Well, having seen Night at the Museum, that sounded pretty cool to us. It took over 1,200 photos, some intense calculations, and lots of minuscule steps. Every single image was then painstakingly stitched together, rotated, and stabilized. The end result was an explosive whirlwind tour unlike any seen before, inside one of the world's most famous museums.
This is Coffee Works, and its sole purpose is to ensure you are creating consistently great coffee and lots of it.
It's easy to get seduced by videos that look the part but don't generate results. UCC Coffee gave us one simple task: produce a corporate video series to generate new business and improve efficiency. We created the ultimate blend, combining how-to videos, tutorials, and promotional content. The result? A growing order book of new business wins and a mammoth 80% reduction in maintenance callouts. Perhaps all of that caffeine has something to do with it. So that's a wrap. These are just a few examples of how corporate video production can be anything but corporate. If you're thinking about a corporate video for your business, then we'd love to hear from you. Visit www.socialfilms.co.uk.